Your mind is at war with itself. Every morning, every quiet moment, the same thoughts looping relentless. You know them well. The catastrophes that haven't happened. The conversations replayed until they bleed. The weight of a future you cannot control. Pressing down on a present you can barely survive. And here's the truth most people never hear. This isn't weakness. It's programming. Somewhere along the way, your mind learned to turn against you. It learned that worry equals preparation, that anxiety equals care, that suffering in advance somehow softens the blow. It doesn't. And Marcus Aurelius knew this. Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in the world. Emperor of Rome, commander of legions, master of an empire stretching across continents. And yet every night, he wrote reminders to himself. Not about enemies, not about power, not about conquest, but about controlling his mind. Because he understood something most people never realize. Your mind is not broken. It's misprogrammed. And what's been programmed can be reprogrammed. This video is not about positivity. It's not about affirmations. It's not about pretending pain doesn't exist. This is about discipline, about building a mind that does not flinch, that does not spiral, that stands firm when everything else falls apart. You're about to discover what the Stoics knew 2,000 years ago. How to kill negative thinking at its root. How to rewire your mind for clarity, peace, and unshakable strength. And it starts with one truth. You are not your thoughts. The lie your mind tells you. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. Negative thinking doesn't just visit. It moves in. It takes over entire rooms in your mind, rearranges the furniture, and suddenly you're living in a space you don't recognize. You wake up and the first thought isn't possibility. It's danger. What will go wrong? What you'll mess up? Who will judge you? What disaster is waiting around the corner? And here's the cruel part. Your mind thinks it's protecting you. It believes that rehearsing every possible failure, every humiliation, every worst-case scenario is keeping you safe. But it's not, because now you're not dealing with reality. You're dealing with 1,000 imagined realities, each one worse than the last. And your body doesn't know the difference. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your muscles tense. Fight or flight for a threat that exists only in thought. This is the cost of untrained thinking. Eventually, something worse happens. You start to believe this is you. That anxious voice, that catastrophizing loop, that constant overthinking. You think it's your personality, your identity, that you were just born this way. But that's the lie. You weren't born this way. You learned this way. Every negative thought pattern you have was built brick by brick. Through repetition, through reinforcement, through moments where your mind confused suffering with caring. And if it was learned, it can be unlearned. If it was programmed, it can be reprogrammed. The Stoic breakthrough. There is a moment that changes everything. It's quiet, unassuming. But once it happens, you can't go back. The moment you realize, I am not my thoughts. Read that again. You are not the voice in your head. You are the one listening to it. You are not the anxious narrative running on repeat. You are the awareness noticing it. And that distinction, that single shift, is where freedom begins. Because if you can observe a thought, you must be separate from it. A thought is an event, not your identity. Just like a cloud passing through the sky does not become the sky. Stoic wisdom forged in reality. The Stoics didn't learn this in comfort. Marcus Aurelius ruled during war, plague, and betrayal. Epictetus was born a slave, physically disabled, no control over his body or freedom. Seneca lived under a tyrant. One wrong word could mean death. 3 men, 3 lives. One conclusion: the mind is everything. Not wealth, not power, not circumstances. The mind. They called it Stoicism. But this wasn't philosophy for philosophers. This was survival. The dichotomy of control. Epictetus taught the most liberating idea in human history. The dichotomy of control. Some things are within your control. Your thoughts, your choices, your responses. Most things are not within your. Other people, the past, the future, randomness. Peace comes from focusing entirely on what you can control and releasing your grip on what you cannot. Your negative thinking isn't happening to you. It's happening in you. And that means you are not a victim. You are the architect. Here is the Stoic weapon most people never use. The discipline of assent. A thought appears. I'm going to fail. I'll be humiliated. Everyone will see. Most people accept it instantly. The Stoic pauses. Is this fact or interpretation? You cannot stop thoughts from appearing, but you can choose whether to believe them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Practical Stoic techniques. Technique 1. Morning and evening reflection. Morning, prepare for difficulty. Not to create fear, but to remove surprise. Evening, review your responses. Not with shame, but with clarity. 5 minutes. Every day. Technique 2. Negative visualization. Brief, controlled, purposeful. Imagine loss. Then imagine handling it with calm. This is not worry. This is preparation. Technique 3. Cognitive distancing. Separate the event from the judgment. Words were spoken. That is all. Everything else is interpretation. Technique 4. The view from above. Zoom out. See your life from a distance. Your problems shrink. Your resilience becomes visible. The transformation. Life doesn't become painless, but your relationship with pain changes. You stop spiraling. You stop catastrophizing. You stop obeying fear. You act anyway, not because fear is gone, but because discipline is stronger. You become grounded, quietly powerful, unshakable. This is Stoic mastery. This video doesn't rewire your mind. You do. Pick one practice. Commit for 30 days. Subscribe to High Level Thinking. Your journey to mastery begins now.